Greetings, everyone. I'm Sophis, and today I'm just going to try out the beta that's out right now that allows you to play the Ogre update before Giant Kings come out. And I'm just gonna play a fairly simple match. Probably won't, showcase it to completion, just a little bit of gameplay to just showcase a little bit of the changes and the feudal rework. Some of it I'm going into blind, some of it I already know. But for the most part, yeah, it's just meant to be checking the state of things. For instance, as you can see, that those of you that are more familiarized, as you can see, for creating a realm, the advanced setup, it got the extra traits. And for instance, we have this a few new options. For instance, subdued infestations. So I could very much add it to, for instance, I do like playing with regenerating infestations because they do present a foreign factor of pure aggression that goes beyond what you can do with the AI. But for instance, I could couple those so that at least the first few waves aren't as prevalent, but I'm not going to include that because of the build we're playing, and I'll get to it in a minute. But for the most part, the idea here is to just, uh, try out the new options. I've set up the realm to be fairly simple. I didn't touch any of this or the other factions. I'm just going to play around with this mostly. Not going to uh, fiddle with any of this, just the realm traits. And yeah, I set up regenerating infestations, disdain for evil, low population, city states, and hostile seas. Since this is a coastal map, this makes it so expanding to sea isn't a good idea, and although in a normal coast map you might be tempted to use it to scout and scour, usually the AI doesn't expand as much on a coastal map uh, due to how it's set up, and this ensures that I won't be able to take that to my advantage too much. And if there is an infestation at sea, it will be fairly tricky to deal with. So I'm hoping we don't start near the coast because we are going to get raided by infestations from there, and they are trickier to deal than coastal because we will have a lot of attrition. And I've put fewer free cities, but the free cities that are around are more powerful. Aside from that, an overgrown realm with wildlands. So we're talking about a fairly hostile place in the overall, as far as the wilds of this place go. And yeah, I'm just gonna jump into it and let me just, yeah, let's just go with this custom realm. As for what we're going to play, I'm going with this. And yeah, uh, although I did make it in his image, this was just mostly a joke to myself for the sake that I do on my own time make quite a few ranger few champion lords, and I wanted something different, and the capstone of this build is Tome of the God Emperor. And since we are playing feudal, I just decided to go and try to make the big E, since he'll be a ritualist and boost his faction. I'll explain as we jump right in. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it, and I'll explain the build and idea as we go. So the general idea is that I'm trying out the monarchy right now. This is a monarchy focused build. Uh, I went with vigilante knights and devotees of good. That's why I didn't curb the initial infestations, because I did want plenty of bad things for us to eliminate and work with. And devotees of good is for the sake of how, at the maximum alignment, you will go and get a bonus to your. Well, you do get. Let me correct myself. For the sake of the experience bonus, because medieval units, feudal units overall, they do get a whole thing about ranking up now. So I wanted to make that as expeditious as possible. And with the monarch and how everything's working, I've set it up. Even the race, the form trait has adaptable. That's something I stuck with, so that it's meant to be a faster track to evolution. Even Big E's ambition as a ruler is as a trainer, so he will boost them significantly. That's the game plan from the start. And here we have Call Militia that, as far as I can see, will be a very powerful early game tool for Feudal from now on. Because this is a summon of a tier 1 unit and it's a racial unit, so a lot of things will play into this. So, yeah, without further ado, let's just get into the gameplay itself. I'll just have this scout ahead for us. Yeah, should have been simple enough. Here we do have banner. I usually like to keep those around for the later levels when it's a little trickier to level up your ruler, but it might be worth it for the sake of leveling up the initial units. In any case, I'm going to go ahead and actually move this way, because it does seem like we don't have a lot of opposition directly around our capital. Let's see how far we are from the coast. Oh, it's a little hard to tell from this angle, but it does seem like we are fairly landlocked despite everything. Yeah, I think the coast is probably around here. So we're very much safely within the land. So yeah, let's just set up research. This would help our melee units, but inner mastery would be good for everyone. So I think I'll go with inner mastery right now. A bounty has been posted for this exact monster den, so let's just accept it. It's just gonna be good stuff for us since we are vigilante knights, and as I've shown, it can be a very powerful trait with the right setup. So let's see. As far as production goes, I do think that militia barracks are probably the right call, and we'll work from there. Just see how it plays out. All right. Oops, my bad. All right. Let me just move on here. Annex the first province. Oh, I do. These always strip me up for. I think growth can help, but we do need production. So even though farms will be very important in this build, I do think I'll take my opportunity to have mines and quarries. So this early on, I think I'll go for the quarry, because the pastures will already give me the growth of the farm. And I can always switch later on when we have different bonuses, so I'm not that worried about it. Let's fight this first. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think this one is probably safer. Yeah, let's just fight it out. It's an early game battle, just have to make sure I don't screw up too much, because any damage we sustain will take a little while to recover. Although we do have Call Militia, so But the problem is that now that feudal units value so much just how um, this all works out with unit experience, I do think losing high ranked units will make quite a bit of a problem for them, more than usual. I think now rank matters a lot more for feudal cultures. Let's see, they can, yeah, they can hit us from here. Let's see how far he goes. Yeah, he won't be a problem for us right now. So next turn will be the Slytherlings, and this one could hit us. So I think this is a safe position for the Bannermen. They did get a rework. Uh, they are now units that can be mounted, which is significant. Most feudal units can now be mounted, which is huge. I think I'll stick with this, keep them close together. But by the way, they don't have stand together any longer, so I'm just doing this just for positioning. I didn't want the possibility of them being isolated. But yeah, feudal units no longer have stand together as they used to. And as imagined, they did go for the leader, which is better. He can recover better than the rest of the units. Let's see, I think. Question is whether I can. I don't think this is a one shot. But let's see. Maybe those four crits, so. No, it will have to be killed off. Oh, yeah, fine. Retaliation. Yeah, I'll take that. Better than the alternative. It's not that big a deal. What's gonna hurt is this troll that will more than likely freeze these two with his breath. At least I'm guessing that's what he'll do. He'll just take advantage of the situation. So let's just go. And said and done. That's exactly what he did. Let's see. No clearing of status effects. So I think, yeah, probably a good call to start with a salvo like that. This is gonna hurt one of these units, but I think, yeah, do that for them. Yeah, that's. I don't think I had enough killing power in them. Oh, he might go for the Bannerman, or well, we'll see. I don't think we took that much damage from this battle. Oh, he went for the defenders. I think that's fine. Could have been way worse. And actually, I could have one-shot him. So yeah, that's my bad. All right, let's just go for it. Yeah, this looks fine. I'm. Oh, I don't have enough. Oh, no, wait, I do. I do have. Yeah, I'm gonna make use of the call militia. I think next turn we'll be in position to deal with them. As far as anything else is concerned, I could go for Conjure Wild Growth, which was something I was considering, but healing is very good, and clearing up negative status effects, I think, will be more valuable than anything else we have going on right now. The only problem I have with a ritualist faction leader that is a champion as well, I think, is the action economy, because I do value quite a bit the command skills and support skills. Usually they step on one another a little bit, but I do think ultimate support will do good for this. the end game of this build is having the King's army fielded with the new longbow unit, and then followed by an army or two armies of other stuff to support. Because the nice thing about this is that, let's just check here. Where can I? Yeah, as you can see here, the upkeep of everything is 0 because they are in the Monarch's army. So with the Monarch, your strategy will be to put your most valuable units with your Monarch. So yeah, in the end, I'll have the longbow units, which I do think will be about the best that they can produce, just in his army and then backed up by whatever else. For instance, probably infantry, maybe even just militia spam, because that's easier to do. But yeah, for now, we have to play with what we have because we're in no position to get those units yet. Alright, next turn. Just keep grabbing the free stuff. Oh, Storm Spirit, I don't think it will make it in time to help us, but better than nothing. Yeah, we can make it right now, so I think I will prefer that. Oh, no, 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 no. So I think they changed the priority of summoning stuff because you could. Oh, but they make it anyway, so yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that's a safe battle. What are we up against? A bunch of spiders. They are. Yeah, that's just melee strike. And nothing. They're not the ones that could jump at us, so that's pretty good. The ones that web and jump are a lot trickier to deal with, so this should be simple enough. All right. Well, the militia, which used to be our peasants, now get to be this reinforcement, and as we can see here on their uh, unit cards, although they are summoned, I suppose that's why they weren't summoned in the way other magic units are, because they are basically militia. So yeah, I think that's why it was restricted, because it would be odd otherwise. So yeah, it makes sense. I'll just have them up front holding the line. I would prefer if it was more unified. Can these can hit? Uh, let's see. I think yeah, I'll try and set up a perimeter more or less, and then yeah, have him behind, supporting, and an archer line. Since they can't jump, this is quite advantageous for us. Let's just have it set up this way. Alright. First strike, so very good. But poisoned, which isn't ideal, still better. They did kind of run around on us, which I don't like very much. If I can eliminate these, it would be good. But at the same time, I don't think we can. Alright, let's do a step to the side, just so they can have, yeah, the killing blow. Good, good, good. So this does free up the archers. So let's try. I don't like those odds. These are a little better. I could. I don't think they'll do as good a damage as he will. So yeah, let's go for that. No thunder defenses. Ooh, thunder defense. That That's better. Okay, I think the strategy is clear. Just have these uh, march ahead and deal the killing blow. And it does block off these spiders from going any further, so we should be good. Yeah, I'll have them set up for later too, because this will sustain damage and it would be wasteful to heal now. However, here I do think they might get attacked, so I will spend some mana on it. Yeah, said and done, they got attacked. Oh, I didn't expect them to actually ride around. Now might be the time when giving them another action might be the right call. Okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah, command and just have them act again. Although, yeah, there we go. Yeah, should be simple enough. Just, yeah, they're done. There we go. Minimal damage and plenty of ranking up. Okay, perfect. So, yeah, bounty target, and we did get Imperium and mana, so that's all we really wanted. This should fast track us a little bit. That's the advantage of uh, Vigilante, the society trait. Very easy Imperium acquisition, at least if your realm has plenty of infestations and bounties to deal with. I do think at this point our economy is fine. We could use more mana, but that's just the early game. That's how it is. So I will go for. I think I'll go for the farm. No, mine. For now, mine. Later on, farm. It's because I'm thinking already ahead. This build will reach a point where mines aren't as valuable, and you'll want to switch back to farms. But that's quite a ways away, and right now I think a little extra coin will favor us more than hurt us. Uh, let's just check here. And as you can see, militia is fairly inexpensive as a unit. You know, you get a whole extra health bar, or two actually, per summon, and you're paying pennies for them. So, very good, very good. I do expect, uh, depending on how well militia does, for them to get adjusted for upkeep, but you know, if it's one gold coin for each militia unit, that's going to be very, very strong. Now, I'll go and queue up another all militia because we do have plenty of mana. The upkeep isn't that terrible, and I think this will snowball us. And for the sake of also checking out the update to the underground, I'm gonna send this down here. I don't think I can excavate. Yeah, it's still quite a ways away before I can, but it was just in case there was. I think this one is closed off. I don't suppose I'll get the chance to explore. Yeah, as I imagined, very much restricted. Probably closed off in this direction. Maybe. Actually, yeah. I know I'm cheating a little bit by doing this, but yeah, it doesn't look like much yet. Ooh, an umbral nest. That is trickier. I don't think we can deal with an umbral nest, but I'll put it on the radar just in case. I'm just hoping it isn't a lot of, high-level units, because even if we do get a bunch of militia going, I don't think we can just throw peasants at them until the problem's solved. Alright, Empire Development, no, nothing special. It's still the early turns, of course, so I wouldn't expect it any different. Yeah, and as you can see, reading comprehension is important. It's in target-owned city. It's not a common summoning spell. Alright, let's go for... No, I'm actually not going to go for this, but one thing I do want to check is the promotion system. Just 1 second. Yeah, I don't really see how it works right now. Here we go. They do get, the normal archers do get promotion to longbow. That's very good. So it's certain units, not every unit in the roster. I suppose if you play aristocracy, maybe the defenders get upgraded to the new tier 3 units. Militias don't get anything. Yeah, I don't think so. They're forever militia. And as far as anything else you can recruit, well, right now you can't recruit anything else, but I'm gonna go for the stonemason. Just leave that queued up. I like getting the production buildings done first, because that means everything in the city is done faster. So I do think we'll go for this. We might even be able to auto-resolve. Let me just check. Oh, we can't... Well, he can move, so... A little trick for those of you who didn't know, but you can do this. And it was a very acceptable auto-resolve, so no need to do it manually. As for what to get next... I think I'll go for a mine again. Just keep the economy afloat. Yeah. Now we're leveled up. I do like going down this line because this lets me resurrect. And since we'll have high rank units, and if I get the ability to resurrect them, that's high value. And it's also high value for low tier units as line holders. Just have them pretty much be able to be brought back. Now, I don't see anything else, so I think I wasted some precious intel time looking at things up. If I do want to go this way, I suppose there's a few more fights to gather up EXP, but I'm a little concerned of... See, there's something out here, probably the free city. So I don't want to wander too far from my city and leave it undefended for just these nodes. I think I'll start going west and hope there's interesting stuff. Although, no, actually, I just might try and look to this side after I explore this way, because that umbral nest will probably get more dangerous as time goes on. And yeah, okay, just give them a whispering stone and call it a day. Now let's start going this way. Let's see, this is a food drop. Well, I don't want to waste any units right now running after that, even if it could give a leg up in the city growth, because yeah, I think it will be better to invest everyone in this direction. In fact, I'll queue up another called militia, because the more of them, the merrier. As you can see, we're snowballing quite a bit as far as numbers go, thanks to it. Usually by turn 6, I don't have this many units fielded. And it's gonna get more powerful the more that we boost our racial units and certain types with enchantments. So yeah, very powerful how militias are set up now. Of course, they'll have higher upkeep. Of course, I know that that 1 gold, the more we enchant them, it's gonna get it's gonna go up exponentially. The more of them I have on the field, I understand that, but even free racials, they get a lot of value from a unit that just costs 1 gold. Comparatively, mercs from the Reavers, they cost like what? Um, they cost about 10 gold, if memory serves right, maybe a little more. And even the Honor Blade. Meanwhile, you can field like 10 of these guys with what you would pay for 1 unit, which is pretty loopy, even if the other units are superior. This is pretty much Skaven tactics, honestly. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't. Ah, I mean, you're offering a longbow, although. Oh, this is the most valuable one. Getting a longbow this early. Oh, that's expensive. But it is a tier 3 unit, so. And it will probably make quite a bit of difference. And besides, as soon as I click this, gone. Free upkeep. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead with that. Let's just get ready for militia. And let's keep marching west. Yeah, I have pretty much enough for. Yeah, this is 2 full armies and 1 extra. Let's just scout ahead just to make sure I'm not charging blindly into like a stack of tier 5 units that even with this I won't be able to take on. I'm expecting tough enemies, but not like, okay. This isn't like easy, but it's definitely better than whatever could be here. Let's just check one more thing. Oh, okay, they're not active right now. That's very good. Perfect. So if we call this now, this is a lot better for us. All right, let's just further. Yeah, I think we're in a good spot, and after we clear this, there's going to be plenty here to expand upon. Probably even found a city here will probably be a good call. I see a lot of potential for both defense and growth in this little valley, so yeah. Okay. Let's see. Annexing things. I don't want to provoke them yet, so letting them expand this way would more or less protect this flank of the Empire, but I don't want them going too close. So probably the best call is to make something here. I'm gonna go for a farm and make our farmlands here. Yeah, this should create a good border for us. For development, outposts, yeah, we do want faster outposts because we will found a city soon enough. Seafaring isn't important at all in this setup because we are very far from the coast. So I don't think we'll even have anyone in the water for a long, long time. Unless it's something very valuable that's hiding there. Let's just see if there's... No, there's not even an extra patrol. So we're very, very safe here to just go and engage. We could try and take on this because we do have... Oh, even better. I'm not gonna hire anything for 6 turns, and this production would be very valuable. Yeah, let's go with that. And yeah, this accelerates things along. I can get my research. Oh, wow, I double clicked. I'm gonna leave that as is. I was gonna go for the castle because we're expanding at a rate where our morale will be a little annoying to deal with. But yeah, in fact, let's just do this simpler so I don't waste the production. Yeah, stone mason and everything's going along well. Let's just have everyone in position. I think we should be able to strike next turn. Okay, next turn. And if he's in striking distance, so is the rest of the forces. Let's just do this. Oh, let's get the scout out of here because I would much rather not have the scout involved at all. Yeah, this looks pretty barren too, so maybe there's someone here that there probably is. So we'll see. And I do think I'll found I should have made the outpost already actually. That's on me. Yeah, safe battle. Let's see just how the auto combat does it. 2 dead militia at the cost of, well, honestly, although I do want to show off, but I can show off the longbow in other battles, so yeah, let's just go with that. Saves us from just manual battling so much. I don't think we'll get too far from the early game in a few hours if I manual battle every battle, so yeah. Yeah, that was far less painful than I expected it to be. Uh, yeah. Now let's just see if there's anything else. All the monarch decree. That's good. The I think I'll shuffle research. Focus aim. That's what I want. Yeah, we'll have plenty to explore here. I'll just leave the scout uh, running around here. Go up to this watchtower. See what we can know. Oh, this is another Gadir. I will prefer to pay for them rather than have them. Seems Fangir is in play. I'm not sure where, but somewhere. Unless it was just a reference, because it is a preset ruler. I have no idea. Oh, that's not so good. An independent city so close to us. Well, we can make peace with them if they start being a problem. Now let's just get here. This would be an ideal central province. So if I can launch the attack with them, I mean, this should be a fairly simple fight. I'm just going to do it to showcase the longbow and wrap it up quick. Then I'll move the Emperor's main stack to the center so we can have the city pounded. They can make it quite far, quite far. We'll go here. Yeah, this should combat their ranged attack a little bit. These are chargers, so they should be on close to the back line. I do want to lure them, so I don't want them too isolated. Okay. Yeah. These are a little more injured, so I'll just have them in reserve. These are the archers. The longbow has a fairly... yeah, they have quite a range. I want them closer to the center, and they'll be quite valuable to give another action to once the time comes. They will probably come this way, so it's probably best to just set up already in this direction and shuffle these units as necessary to reinforce this front. Yeah, wait. Oh, yeah, he can still act. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that was a fairly painless first round. Yeah, charge. Then let's surround them. Let's see what the longbow can do. They can... oh wow, they can actually go very far with this. Yeah, the longbow is surprisingly good as far as range goes and everything else. They just might dethrone Reavers as good snipers. And it is also good for applying status effects because it's repeating attacks versus a single one. So yeah, let's see. I don't want to waste this one's time, but yeah, it's gonna eliminate this unit entirely, so probably for the best. Let's preemptively weaken these guys. And although they are more... actually, yeah, heal up for building. And there we go. Everyone else has acted already. Ah, perfect. I can actually position both of them. And these I can just have in reserve. Yeah, let's just go for it. There's no way around it. They're gonna poison us, so might as well. I think next turn everything should be resolved, but we'll see. Ah, they're really going for the elemental, which isn't so bad. I mean, it was a free unit, and they have a little less value than our ratio units. Even though, does it evolve? Because it does evolve. Yeah, it could be useful if we kept it alive, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to make that happen. Let's test the snipe skill. Oh, that's pretty good. I think I'll go for this one in isolation and just, yeah. This way, yeah, they're gonna wrap it up fine. Perfect. Now, let's try flanking them. Yeah. That should do the trick. Hmm. Yeah. It's also very good. I do like, even though it isn't as flashy as other racials, I very much like the racial that does allow you to flow freely through the battlefield. Although, given how cheap militia is, I'm very much tempted to maybe adjust this build slightly to just have it account for the possibility of the ratios that when they hit you, you give them damage, like Inner Fire and Inner Frost and such, because that's very good value for 1 gold kind of unit, And in the retaliation, they would give even more damage. Because I did put their ratios in place favoring more mobility and positioning for archers. But as you can see here, I've made them in such a way that they are adaptable, king-sided, and light-footed. So this was made with uh, the experience part in mind, and this very much skewed in the favor of the rangers, the longbows, that is. But light-footed has about the same price point as Inner Fire and such, so maybe it would have been a better sort of ratio, at least insofar as upping the value of this militia unit, which would make for a more balanced distribution of advantages. So it might be more advantageous to have your peasants, or rather your militia, deal out more damage, being line holders, than it is to make it easier to navigate the battlefield. But either way, I think it's also up to your discretion. Oh, and I can just make it perfect. This central spot is very good. Oh, here was offered to join. Let's see what we have. Prospector and the Mage, Spellblade and the Dominator. I'm not sure they innately have that. Oh, Steward. That's yeah, that's a very solid one. A Delver and a Prospector. I don't really love the fact that he's a warrior, because I think there are more valuable kinds of heroes, but I do like his ambition, because Protector will give them. Yeah, but honestly, and he will boost the knowledge output. Sorry, everyone. This is the part that I really like to consider the options I'm getting. I could shuffle, but I could get even worse than this. So I'm not really up to. Specialist Governor does seem quite interesting. But we won't have a lot. He's a ranger, which I appreciate. And he'll be fairly adaptable as a skirmisher unit mounted. Yeah, I like this guy. I think even if his ambition isn't so good, there's always those events that let you change it. So I'm gonna go with this guy. Now, as for development skills, finally we can prospect. And, well, we don't need that right now. So, although I could make use of it to grant stability in this city for the time being. So, we do have a lot of leftover. There we go. We do have a lot of leftover Imperium. We'll have plenty to be able to found this city. So, yeah, anything else left? Oh, yeah, it's a minor bounty here. Perfect. Yeah, plenty of gold and Imperium and mana. That's good. Oh, and yeah, backup operation. Perfect. I could call militia, but I don't really see a point right now. Although at the same time, it feels wasteful to not have them garrisoned as backup. So I will keep making them just in case, because usually something likes to show up and blindside you. Yeah, let's go for this. Found the city, and yeah, we have the castle now, which means we can make a tavern soon enough. The farmstead and the monastery we can save for later. But this is another good thing of starting with discipline. You do get something that could boost stability if you grow a lot within your cities. This dark lair is a fairly easy dungeon, but it would be faced with just one army. I think I'll prefer to, yeah, let's get experience with these easier infestations, or rather neutral units. Let's just farm some XP from them, and then we can take on the lair and the next it. The bonus isn't particularly special, especially since we'll have a lot more farms than we'll have quarries, but it's still good. Should we auto-resolve this? Oh, eh, fighting all this just to save this. A little annoying, I'll skip it. Especially when we have militia in the wings that can just go and reinforce, which is very, very good. We're leveled up. Uh, I'll keep going until I can resurrect and I get this one, then I'll consider the alternatives. But I do like with most ritualists to just go down the resurrecting line until we get something good. Gains also defense. I think this is better. Status resistance and more defense. Well, that's pretty much it. Okay, can we move? Well, he can move, and we can auto this one and lose no one. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, all good. We should be just fine. Oh, this is... Oh, no, but this is just protecting the resource below them. I don't think they'll attack the scout. Hero leveled up. I'll go for Snapshot. Since he's a skirmisher, that's higher value. If he was an unmounted sniper type, maybe something else. But since he'll have mobility, I think having a free shot is more useful. Focus aim. So this should be the last one that we need. Empowered strikes. We'll have pretty much everything we need except for inner mastery. So, and that will come later. No need to have the racial upgrade right now. Let's keep going with the farmlands. I do think farms will play out much better for us. We could just go and expand another bit, but our stability is pretty good right now. I'll stick with it. Oh, I already have a signature skill. Still a stone, Persian strike, zeal. Well, actually, zeal and shield of faith. Since everything's free, I see no point in this. I think this is better, giving extra defense to everyone. And Actually, I'll spend on this. Yeah, much better. Now let's go south, clear this, but just replenish for a turn, and then we take on this, then the dark lair. Should be simple enough, and then we can go south and take on that infestation. Of course, by I think turn 20-ish, there should be a lot more infestations that start popping up, so we'll see what happens. And there you go. Apparently there's no one on this side, which is surprising. I expected to see at least an outpost or something. Must be either underground or a little further along. Because I didn't set anything up to have a bigger distance between cities. So this is kind of surprising actually. Oh, Royal Smith, absolutely. For the extra rank, that's very valuable. And then I think we can start on this and this to boost our mana income, even if we're getting a quite steady source of it through all the bounties. Alright, turn 14, let's go for... What's in this? Oh, production. Production before this city's done. If I take this on later, it would mean a faster track early on. Now I'm unsure whether to take this on now, because this production will go straight to this. I mean, a stronger capital isn't bad by any measure, so I think we'll go with that. Oh, even better. No Fury unit. Good alignment is worth going for us. So, yeah, free production stack. Going right to the city, and yeah, this should clear up pretty easy. Oh, there's one flat, but not a big problem. Okay, perfect. Think we're very well set up, unless something really wild comes out of nowhere. I'm seeing a fairly positive early game. I'm not sure how much longer I'll go on. I really just wanted to get a feel for this update. I mean, I don't intend to do a full guide or full build right now, even though I do have the build plan. It's just a general idea. I just wanted to, get a feel, show things how they are, and give my opinion. But this is a fairly casual, without any particular goal other than exploring the beta before we get Giant Kings. Spirant Knight. Is that... Oh, no, yeah. We'll buy it for sure. The Aspirant Knight is pretty good. I do think this is one of the units that do evolve, or rather, get promoted. This is not evolution. Yeah, it does get evolved into a tier 4 unit. Very good, very good. This will be quite helpful to sort of bolster our forces, even though we have a ton of militia. Let's go and, yeah, put him as governor. I really like to get these two things out of the way. Once I get more gold, I'll think about rushing stuff, but right now that would hurt the economy if we have an emergency. And I don't think there's anything around that's in risk of just walking up and taking the city, so we should be fine. All right, I think the time came to sort of assess our forces and put together the strongest units. So this one goes here, and for the next one, can he make? No, he can't make it, so might as well just heal. But I will put him in this stack. Let's give him some goodies as well to up his rating. I don't see any difference. It's just aesthetic, so no need to change his mount. So yeah, just this chest plate, that's fine. Alright. As far as the scout goes, let's see if there's... I'm finding it very suspicious that there's nothing and no one around here. I mean, this reeks of there being an AI around here. Any moment, I feel they'll peek their head in. Alright, let's see. Okay, empowered strikes. Okay, finally we get to the next tome, and the next tome here will be roots. It's essential for this build to have a nature tome at this point. You could go for beast. That was my initial consideration because of animal kinship, which I do think would be yet another free boost to the militia, for instance. And it also, of course, helps your longbows. But at the same time, we do get a damage related boost and a very good summon for disrupting, and we get some healing. So this, although it isn't as free of an upgrade as beasts would be, you get more use of that tome than this one, because here you'll get plenty of animal units and you don't really need them for how this build plays out. We're here pretty much for this. Even the sanctuary, that doesn't really do much for us. But this, we make use of almost everything, so yeah, Tome of Roots. And we'll go for poison arrows, but I will lock it for blight blades, just so our peasants get something. And right now we could already start going on the enchantments, actually. Oh, and I did get inner mastery. See, I got a little... I was distracted by everything else. Sorry, everyone. I'm a little aloof sometimes. Yeah, I'm gonna... Considering we have these units... Oh, but base upkeep per unit, that's gonna cripple our economy. I'll go for inner mastery. That's free for us. Now, well, I have no vassal right now, so no use. Although in the future this will be a full-on vassal. I don't intend to integrate them with the Empire. Alright, time to go for the Dark Lair. We'll explore in 1 second. There we go, explore. I mean, growth in this city slowed down for a few turns. That's better than... Yeah, see? Harmless. Ooh, a Thunderbird mount, or release it into the wild. I think that's a cool mount for the big E. Give him a Thunderbird. Very cool, very flashy. Undying loyalty. This one is good to get 2 actions with 1 action, but this one is free. It's hard to decide every time. Both of them have their merits. Considering his army will have elites, it's probably better to have elites move twice. Yeah. And now we can revive units. So we're pretty much set on this. Let's just have this army gather up. Yeah, this will merge into a single stack. Let me just distribute the peasants. This one goes here. Actually, yeah, it makes more sense to have the peasants in this army and have the knight here because it's less upkeep. One thing about this peasant strategy really is accounting for enchantments, because with how many of the militias we have, it would skyrocket this value, because even if they cost 1 gold, it would be 1 gold and 3 mana. So unless your economy is in order, don't play around with enchantments that may affect them, I suppose is a valid concern. Let's just try it. Yeah. Actually, yeah, Watchtower next turn, just to get a glimpse into this. This is very curious how empty this is. Well, this all went fairly swimmingly. Let's just keep going south now to get to this den. We have plenty of time and not much in the way of danger. What I might consider, though, is making peace with these guys. 200 gold for a lot of peace of mind, you know? Can be angry at me all they want, but it's wiser to just let them grow their whole thing here. And yeah, war ended. This is all good. Now let's go for this. Oh, a small monster then, alright. The problem of this being very barren is that as the infestations start to pop up, this will be a hotbed for them. I really am hoping there is an AI here, because if there isn't, this will be just a no man's land of nightmares for me. So it's much better if there is an enemy up there. And we found one. Very good. Neutral, so keep welcoming gift is probably a good call. Where did we run into them? Not here, far as I can tell. Maybe a unit passed by our lands, because I'm not seeing anyone. Oh, no, not here. Oh, yeah, no clue of where they might be. No, this is the hostile. Yeah, no idea. They're somewhere. Now let's just keep going here with the, yeah, more farms. This will be very, very profitable when the time comes. All right, let's. The downside here is how much these highlands are slowing us down, but I do think we'll still make it in time to get here. I think, yeah, this is like a lowlands corridor through the mountains. This is very defensible as a city. It's in a very isolated corner, actually. Okay, everything in order, and now a free upgrade to everyone. Status resistance, which gives more bang for the buck for something that costs literally 1 coin. I'm sure there's a build that could be had here for stacking major transformations and no particular enchantments on militia and making them very valuable for what they are. Even if they're bad units, because at some point you will have enough casting points to just spam them. So even if they're not winning battles, if you can use them to wear down the enemy, that's one of the reasons I think they might tweak it, because 1 gold seems fairly low as an upkeep cost for a unit. Very much a lot of bang for your buck. For 60 casting points, you get 2 units and their upkeep is negligible. I mean, that's pretty good. Let's just keep going. Yeah, keep going here. Should be simple enough. As soon as I get... Oh, I was going to talk exactly about this. Yeah, this will be very good to expedite our travels. I'm really hoping the AI is up here. We'll see. And the first infestation and another AI, another neutral AI for that matter. Ooh, that popped right in the middle of this pass. It's gonna get worse as time goes on. And yeah, we do have so the name Nikareth? Nikareth. I don't know. Something like that. So yeah, good. So we do have her up, which is not bad at all. I just wish I had more time to put another city here, just to make a vassal or something, because otherwise we'll be quite pushed into a little corner, and we'll probably have to... Well, if there's no one here, we'll actually have to make our kingdom down south. We'll see. We could fight this, or... Oh, I could block draft again and boost my production, and I'll do just that. Pretty much free, so... I mean, for what we're getting, and given we're using militia for the time being, it isn't as punishing as it could be. Oh, and the quest is right here, so yeah, this is very favorable. Oh, I didn't see this at all. So this is going to be bad if I don't handle this. So what I think I'll do is I'll try and solve this with militia. Have a force building up here, and if they do come by, I'll try and just throw militia at them. Because we are going to be stuck for a little while down south. Yeah, this is good. I could already build a farmstead. Or... This would boost our mana by quite a bit, actually, but this is very central. So I'm gonna save the herbalist for later. I do think this is a prime central position for a lot of farm-related bonuses. Yeah, market. Okay, let's annex this. Or well, actually, no. Yeah, research and mana, probably better. And we're getting very fast movement. Oh, it's for shock units. All right. Ah, see, the event to change his ambition at long last. Instructor. This is perfect for us. Yeah. For what we're doing with this build, this is perfect. Okay, poison arrows. Light blades next. Oh, let me just make sure. Nah, this isn't as important. City structures cost less. Perfect. Yeah, that's what we want for now. Now let's call militia right here and start mounting up a defense. Can I recruit anything a little better? No, it would take a while to muster everyone, so probably best just keep calling militia. Guard for now, and rivalry. Okay, that's fine. Just don't declare war on me right now. And they attacked us. Let's see, do we lose anything? No, we don't. Perfect. We get another call militia. And we can keep going. We lost. Oh, we lost the knight. That's no. I'm not gonna lose a knight for this kind of battle. So yeah, sorry everyone. I'm gonna have to manual this. This is absolute nonsense. Sometimes the auto resolve really does force you to play manually from how nonsensical it is. Yeah, I mean this is a full health unit. How did it die? The way, I mean, I know how it died from horrible mismanagement. No, it isn't worth. Just because I can fire on it doesn't mean I should fire on it. This should restrict their movement considerably. Yeah, let's do this. Shore up defenses and have here. Now even a free shot. Well, this is a free shot, so might as well. I'll save his snapshot for later. Yeah, this is just building up a wall with them. Defensive perimeter. It's very good. I think the problem is eventually you do hit the limit of how many units you can field, so then they become less valuable unless your strategy involves sending them in waves, which pretty funny, but you probably shouldn't do in multiplayer. I mean, I'm sure it works versus the AI, maybe, if you focus on it, but against people, I think you'll make a lot of people very angry if you just keep spamming low-tier stuff at them. Okay, that we'll keep the knights in the back to charge after the battle lines have met, because it makes no sense to just leave them vulnerable That's probably what killed it. The AI probably blindly charged it into battle, which is stupid, because this is how you use cavalry. Yeah, see? Quick, flank them from the back, hit them hard, and there you go. Yeah, flanking. Let's keep hitting this one. Perfect. Now let's do this command and get all our ranged power back. Perfect. And yeah, this was a fairly simple battle that shouldn't have resulted in the loss of those knights, because yeah, this was a no-brainer kind of combat. There we go, we got the bounty. Should mean we have another bounty issue. Oh. I do think disruptive is better for our strategy. Although the disruptive, it could have helped clear up the melee, now that I think about it. Alright. I'm gonna have them here. Deal with this. It didn't use the knight stupidly, which I do appreciate. Now we should move towards the quest target and not dwindle here, linger here too much. I would found a city here, or an outpost at least. Well, maybe I should. Even though there's this monster, then it's low investment, and if it's something happens, better than not doing anything. Because it's clear that we'll have to expand in this direction given everything else. Now let's see what we can do here is... Oh, I do like faster research. This will be our researching province, effectively. Elevate the walls. That's good. The defenses are up. Now let's annex this. Yes, let's start having the farms up and running, and I'll have the farmstead here. Oh, this will be a 20 change, and this will be a 20 change. I think this one's better. Yeah. I wish we could have multiples of a spell ready. So just keep hitting that up. Now we'll do another call militia, because this is, yeah, I mean, it's a very weak army, but it's far better than nothing, and it's just costing us 6 gold. So if I can make a 3 stack of this, maybe, just maybe, it will hold off an invading force. So let's put up palisade walls and keep going west. Try and solve this, and then, yeah, although we should have a bounty already. Bounty, oh, we do for this then. Oh, I think, yeah, I'll do this, then go up and deal with this, and then come down for this, because it's 20 turns. There's plenty of time. Now let's just keep exploring. I mean, probably would be a better idea to get some eyes here, see what we're dealing with. Alright. Yeah, founding cities faster, that's good. That's the advantage of playing Materium and Nature. You make for very fast growing and producing cities. Let's keep going with the militias. Keep them guarding, leave this one guarding, and we'll keep summoning militias. Because as you can see, our gold upkeep, or rather our mana upkeep, is fine. Even if we keep spending every turn 60 mana, we still are getting quite a lot of growth despite this relative loss. We could even get this, but I think the alignment is better. And we got some production, which is very good. Yeah, all good. We should be able to hit this up next turn. And then we can turn our attention to the infestation smack dab in the middle of our territory. I think I'll make this a quarry just for the sake of the Dark Lair once we annex it. And let's get some eyes on whatever this is doing. I would go for the obelisk and then the bathhouse. Yeah, this should be the ideal course. Blight Blades, very good. Vine Prison, definitely. The combat summon will only increase the overall usefulness of our line holders, because now we'll have line holders and some of the warrior. Let me just check. No, not as useful, I suppose. Not as useful. I prefer this. You know, no movement impairment seems more useful. And no unit loss, just experience for everyone. Very good. Now, level of renown. Very good. Units are ranking up. No, that would dismount him. I don't want that right now. He's in no immediate risk. Yeah, X-ray. That is protection. He gained a level of renown, and he gained his signature skill. Given he's leading a stack of chaff, I do think that's better. And faster recovery for the units. Yeah, this should make them more valuable, tankier, and overall better. All good. New rally of leaders has started. Ooh, an aspirant knight from Valancourt. The rally of the lieges is quite good, and now you can pick where they go to, so I do intend on making use of it. Let's go for Tridale, and yeah, recruit Tridale. Then all militia on Tridale. And I think by the time, yeah, let's just take a peek. I think next turn we'll be able to see the amount of their forces. Now as for what we'll annex next, mine income. I'll go for the farm. Yeah, the farmstead is going to make a lot more use of it. I just might go and eventually make a proper short video going over this build based on the success of this campaign in particular, and a few adjustments if I feel they need to be made. But I think this will be a fairly solid build for enjoying the Monarch playstyle, because it plays to the strengths of what you're given, and it has good growth and all that. Yeah, let's get the spell. Doesn't hurt. Get it. Um, no, no, no. A ranger, a ritualist, a warrior, arcane governor. That would boost our mana income, and he is a spell blade. His ambition doesn't matter as much. We can change it as we've seen. I do like this guy. Yeah, we'll go with you. I think you're a fine addition to the group. Ooh, this is a this is a fairly powerful stack. I don't think I can clear it at all. Not without their help. Yeah, this will take the full force of what I have on hand. Just finish this. And oh, absolutely. Very good for feudal now, the way things are going. And more vision range never hurt anybody. Oh, and they have an attack force ready. Now this attack force, if they send it here, I do have the forces to repel it, I think. Before, of course, the leader. Although, now that I think about it, it's much likelier they'll go for my scout. Well, reinforcements are on their way, so soon enough we'll have that handled. Oh, Flame Province has been captured, that's fine. Okay. We'll just have to deal with that later on. It throws a wrench into how much I want to expend the capital, of course, but if that's how it is, that's how it is. Ooh, infestation with 70 forces. See, this is probably a no man's land, so we will probably have our fair share of troubles from this as the game progresses. Let's keep going. These forces don't need to all deploy, but if they do attack, I'll set this up as bait. See if they send this off to fight us. Because it's much better to have this dealt with individually rather than alongside this. Of course, have this hero move. Well, that should do it. If they do attack it. Yeah, probably the right call is they do attack it. Yeah. So no matter what, they do have 3 armies, no matter which one of them they go for. Just to keep them from trying to grief me out of a hero. Now, let's get this. going. It won't be pretty at all. I do think this will be a very ugly combat. And it was, but what did I lose? Oh, I lost the archer. But in compensation, that was a very easy win, just clearing up the militia. So I'll take the loss. Yeah, cleared up the whole thing, and I'll just reinforce with knight, with the aspiring knight. So it's still a fairly strong Emperor's army. Just I did lose one of the units that was doing a lot of work, but at this point, I can't yet. I think only once I build this. So I'll queue it up, and yeah, let's keep going, keep making farms so this grows a lot. Give steadfast to our units. At this point, we should go back here, especially because an infestation is sending forces, so they'll probably cause trouble for this outpost. The only annoying thing is this empire is fairly fractured due to the geography. It takes quite a while to move between cities, but individually these cities are fairly defensible. The problem is that they're even protected from one another. I mean, once I get teleporters, this will be a non-issue, but until then, it's a little annoying, is what I'm saying. Let's start making the trek back down. And you go back up to keep an eye out on what they do there. Well, everyone, I think far as showing what this update has, I think this is more or less it, thinking about it, because what I can show off later on is, of course, the build in full swing, which would involve having uh, a better monarch army and having more promoted units. Because as soon as we do get to that point, you will get trainer giving plenty more experience. So ideally, I should make him train all these units, make them all evolve and such, and then keep pushing them out to other important armies, or just keep them as an elite. But this is pretty much the strategy. Later on, I'll get like paradise and prosperity, and so all these farms will give a lot of gold and mana, and these cities will grow quite fast because I'm building so many farms. So overall, I'm not sure there's much else to show. I think feudal is still the everyman kind of build where you have a little bit of everything, but the update did add some flavor, and this is the flavor of monarch, which does give you a big leader that kind of guides your society. And I think focusing on the whole promotion thing and the fact that they're so good at growth and all that does play to the strong points of the culture, which didn't change so much as to have a wholly different identity. Um, to that point, I would mostly just show off like this growing and fighting for territory and fighting the infestations and fighting the AI. What would come up later is just the result of that. But the strategy is pretty much this. I think playing Vigilante Knights, playing good, playing a very solid Righteous Empire is one of the good ways to play to the strength of Monarch. My friend Bootman, which some of you may have already seen from other videos on this channel, was playing pretty much the opposite, playing Chosen Destroyers Monarch. And as far as he's told me, it's been also done to very good effect. And if you could, with that kind of play style, also get, in addition to the permanent bonuses you get as Chosen Destroyers, get um, Avatar of Chaos, I think would be very, very powerful given the whole for the monarch thing that this subculture has. Because then in every battle, you would be able to summon your monarch and give every unit in the battlefield that buff. So no battle, no matter how tiny, no matter where it is, you would have the access to that, which I do think it's also a very valid way to play it. But I prefer to go the more traditional route, going for what the culture is good at, which is growing territory, making cities, founding cities, having a lot of armies running about. I do think militia, from what I've seen, they're very powerful for what they are because even if their unit power isn't so good, um, you can still have them holding territory, slowing enemies down, spamming them at enemies, and their price point is very, very reasonable to the point of it being a very powerful cultural ability. So I do like where um, Monarchy is at, and I like the update. I do think we'll see some tuning because this may be a little too powerful, the militia thing, but I like the place Feudal's at. I will probably, yeah, as I've said earlier, do a video going over the uh, the rework in both cultures. I'll try and make at least one build for each subculture. This will probably be the Monarch subculture I present with maybe some adjustments because, as I've said, I think there's some value to also giving the militia some focus. So maybe a tweak to the form traits just to reap more benefit from what they can do. I really like the longbow. Uh, it's a very solid tier 3 unit. I do. I feel I'm a little more attracted by the culture of the the aristocrats, but I prefer the racial unit Monarch gets. So I'm a little split, but I think that's a good thing where you don't have the option where you get everything you want and the other option where you don't get the things you want. I think it's good to have options where you really want a thing from one of them and then the other has another thing you want. That keeps it fresh, makes you consider other options, replay options, and reconsider. So yeah, like I said, this wasn't made with like any huge plan or intent behind it. I just wanted to field test this on the beta before making builds and before Giant Kings come out, because when Giant Kings come out, I will focus more on the Giant side of things. So I just want to give a look at the free update, and I think it's a very good place. And I'm not sure if you picked up on it, but for instance, to make Big E, I did play already with the tweaks for the aesthetics. Let's see, in the just appearance, as you can see, I've I've given him the bulkiness of the orc body and made him pretty much tower over the other humans in the Empire. I didn't particularly adjust the humans. I didn't change them much because it's humans. You know, you could make them short, make like less cartoony halflings, probably. But other than that, I didn't really think humans in particular as a form unit get much from this. But you know, you can be creative. creative. You can make all sorts of things with this. I'm sure people will go pretty wild with the customization. The Ogre free update is pretty good. I think even if you don't get Giant Kings, it still refreshes things a bit, having more options to customize realms and the change to feudal. I think are very enjoyable. And so, yeah, I think that's what I have for you today. So, this will probably be my last little update before Giant Kings come out. And when Giant Kings come out, I'll go full swing on all the new content and even revisit some of the new stuff. I will revisit an old build from the channel for feudal, but I will make it aristocrats rather than monarch because I think it will benefit more because it is a mounted build. So even though I do like the longbow as a unit, they do not get mounts, which is fair. They would be very powerful if they did get mounts on top of all they bring to the table. But the unit that aristocrats get instead of the longbow can be mounted. So it will be an aristocrat build. So stay tuned for that and for more Giant Kings uh, content coming up very, very soon. So that's all I have for you today, and I'll see you in the next one.